It's the Rush Hour, thanks to Thirsty Camel, Billy Brownless and James Brayshaw.
And joining us is the Vice-Captain of the North Melbourne Football Club, Jack Ziebell. And it's very nice to have him in. Hello, Zeebs.
How we going, boys?
Hey, we're going okay. How are you going? After, I think, Townsville was mid-30s and humidity horrific, and then down to the Cattery on the weekend where it was again in the high 30s. This is not what you're used to as footballers.
No, that's right. I was thinking the other day and talking with a few guys at the club that you look at cricketers and they wear pants and long-sleeve shirts in summer, and we wear shorts and singlets pretty much in winter. I think we've got the dress code wrong, but the last couple of weeks were definitely quite warm, and I think it was hopefully the cool change comes tomorrow and everyone can reap the benefits.
And having said all that, you had a good pre-season, really, haven't you?
Yeah, the boys have done well. I think the most important thing is that no one's been injured in the games.
Yep.
And I think a couple of unlucky guys on the weekend from other clubs, which is never good to hear. But for our guys, we've played some okay footy, a lot to work on, and I'm sure everyone's the same, and no injuries, which has been great.
And big fella, Daniel Curry, was very impressive on the weekend. Is he gone to number one now?
It's a tough one. I mean, Cuz has done everything right since he's been in the senior side, and but I think we all know what Todd Goldstein's capable of, and hopefully this week they play together. I think hopefully Goldie's back in the seniors, and we can really look to see who's going to take the number one spot. It's going to be good to see.
He was in the twos on the weekend, Todd.
Yep.
Just needs a little rocket.
Played for Werribee. No, played for North Ballarat. Was it North
yeah.
Ballarat who were at Skilled Stadium?
Yeah.
He just recommitted to the club, Zeebs, for another, how long? End of 2016?
3 more years after.
3 more years, Bill.
Good coin.
Could be better.
Do you?
No, I'm happy.
You haven't been fined for parking in the president's or the CEO's spot, have you, at North? Or
JB lets us park in his spot, so.
has he got a spot there? Have you got? You haven't got a spot.
No spot, Bill. You just do your best down at North Melbourne.
You just grab one.
Wherever you can find one, you leave your chariot, basically.
It's interesting that, isn't it?
is.
For old Ant Rocco. I think he must have been doing it.
Trav Cloak.
Trav Cloak. What did I say?
And Rocco, I'm not sure.
Trav Cloak. He must have been doing it for a while. Jim.
Well, I wouldn't have a clue, but $1,000 for parking in the CEO's parking spot.
Do you get fined? Have you had any fines at the club? Missing training or missing sessions?
No, we don't really get fined, I don't think, unless you really stuff up. But I suppose if you miss a training session or anything like that, you get a little punishment here and there. But I don't think there's anything too serious.
Do you have homework, like we just asked Gilly before, and the Australian cricketers, assignments? Do you have to fill out things?
It's interesting you say that. First year guys that come into the club, Brady Rawlings is sort of the first year coach.
Yep.
And he gets them to do a bit of research on the history of the club, which is really good. And they have to do assignments and stuff like that as well. But I'm not sure whether they get dropped if they don't do it. So.
Exactly.
All right, Zeebs, we're going to take a little break because we've got lots to discuss with you, including the first 5 games of the Kangaroo season. I want to wander you through a couple of those.
Oh.
Because I'm hoping he's taking it very seriously, Bill.
Well, you'd hope so. We'll just take one game at a time.
Okay then, Bill.
Yeah.
It's the Rush Hour, Triple M, thanks to Thirsty Camel. It's the Rush Hour, 105.1 Triple M, thanks to Thirsty Camel, Billy Brownless, James Brayshaw, Jack Ziebell from North Melbourne is with us.
Yes, taken 9 in the draft and now into his 60th game-ish and starting to dominate, which is what we want.
Yeah.
Now, listen, Zeebs, we saw on the footy show, where, of course, Drew Petrie, a panellist, where Ben Spate from the North Melbourne Football Club
Yes,
apparently walks his cat, puts a leash on his cat, walks it down to the coffee shop and gets it a cappuccino. Is this true?
Yes.
How is that?
Did you say yes?
Yeah, no, well, he's an interesting person, Ben, and I think he's does walk his cat, which is interesting. I don't know why, but he gets a fair bit of shit from it from all the boys around the club. So,
Well, and so he should.
yeah, damn straight.
And wants to call himself Spiderman?
The Spider-Man.
Spiderman, that's taken off after the footy show. So, yeah, he's pretty happy with it as well.
He also last year, the same bloke, got a Mohican haircut without realising it had happened.
What,
So
he
he
didn't know?
turned up at the club, not a full one, so the sides weren't bald, but they were trimmed and there was a longer bit down the middle. Didn't he? Is this true, Zeebs? He didn't
true.
realise that
Yeah,
he'd
it's true.
actually had that haircut until he turned up at the club.
It was quite funny, and they call him Meow now as well. So
Meow Meow.
Meow Meow is his nickname as well.
Table tennis player. Footy clubs are made up of all different people. It's fantastic. Actually, I want to ask you about a couple more. Benny Jacobs, how's he going?
Benny Jacobs going really well. I think he's played every NAB Cup game so far. He's come across from Port Adelaide in the off season. Has done no wrong. Has impressed everyone with his work rate. I think he come off a couple of surgeries last year. So he's in the start of the preseason missed a little bit, but coming through now, he's starting to really hit his straps and show us what he's all made of, which is fantastic.
And the membership, how's that going, Jim? Or actually, you can tell me, Jack.
Yeah, well, tonight we've actually got a membership telethon. I'm off to after this.
So what do you sit on the phones?
Yeah, we hit the phones.
Whereabouts?
I think it's in Richmond at a call centre somewhere.
Ring all the unrenewed members, Bill.
Because there's a few.
I think there's 11,000 or along those numbers.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what everyone's waiting for, but we need everyone to sign up as quick as possible. To do that, you need to ring 1300 Kangas or online at nmfc.com.au. So if you haven't signed up, make sure you do.
Oh, exactly. What are you waiting for? Club flying?
How
Going
is the ground?
absolutely nuts. Brand new ground, of course.
The same size as Eddie had?
Eddie had, yes. We used to train on Arden Street, was quite small.
Yeah.
Sometimes
hard.
difficult and rock hard, and in the winter it was a bit of a mud pit, but no excuses now. If you get a chance to drive past Aegis Park down Arden Street down there, it's in mint condition and looks fantastic.
And how are you going off field? Everything okay there?
All is good off field.
Just holding hands with anyone or just single?
Single man at the minute, mate.
Oh, Jack. Anything around? Just stay down in Geelong?
No, we come home pretty quick after July.
Beauties down there for you, Jack.
So I've heard, mate.
Now, Zeebs, I need to talk to you about a few things, right? Because we're about to start the season. Let me just wander you through the first 5 rounds. And North Melbourne play Collingwood, then Geelong, and then Sydney Swans, the reigning premier, and then Brisbane Lions, undefeated in the pre-season and about to play in the NAB Cup final, and then the Hawks at the MCG. They're the first 5 rounds. So it's my great hope, along with every other rusted-on North Melbourne supporter, that you're taking these games very seriously, Jack, please.
Of course, mate, very seriously. It's going to be a good test for us to see where we're at first up, and I think that's the way you want it as well, because you have to play every team throughout the year, and why not do it straight up and straight off the bat? And I think that to be the best, you've got to beat the best, and there's no better example than that than in the first 5 rounds. So we've got to be on our game from the start, that's for sure.
And if you want to come to a footy club and get on the big stage, which you all want, you want the 60, 70,000
Yes.
strong crowds and to be on national television, free to air and all the rest of it, games like Hawthorn on a Sunday afternoon at the MCG when the spotlight's right on is exactly what you want, Zeebs.
That's exactly right. At the MCG, I think last year we only played 1 game at the G. This year I think we've got a couple. So as North Melbourne people, I'm sure everyone enjoys getting down to the mecca of football and really enjoy getting down to watch the Kangaroos play there where they used to play all the time on Friday night and watch the Duck and Arch and these blokes run around and run amok.
Did you get in Mike's top 50?
No, I didn't.
Did you have a good look at it? There's a couple there going, come on, how did Daniel Rich get in at 43?
Now they're all pretty good players in there at the minute.
You sure?
Yeah, no, I'm pretty
Any
sure.
danger of you wandering in there, Zeebs? As I
not-
said, 62 games now. It's time for you to put the foot down.
I'm not too fussed about that, mate. As long as we keep winning, I'm a happy man.
Oh, listen to this company line. He's desperate to get in
Team.
there.
It's all about the team.
Wellesley's in there, which was nice. About time he was included. Unbelievable footballer. Well, just run that membership drive again, please, before we let you go.
Yep, so join the Kangas membership is 1300 Kangas. The girls look after you on the phones, or hit nmfc.com.au or answer the phone tonight because I might be ringing you.
Yeah, and if you ring and the player's on the other end of the line, just hand over the credit card bill and say, well, there's my chaff and I'm on board for another year and it's going to be sensational.
So you're ringing them?
We are, yes. All the unrenewed members from last year. I think there's
work.
11,000, which is a lot. So if you haven't renewed, get onto it and make sure you do because it's
A
super
few
important.
calls
for
you're
us.
going to make.
Busy boys tonight.
11,000 is
I know a few boys at the pub who are North supporters.
Well, get
and
on
they-
with it.
Hurry up, Sully.
Hey, well, hey,
Sally.
Zeebs, great catching up with you. Good luck, round 1, Collingwood, Sunday afternoon. Easter weekend's going to be a ripper.
Thanks, boys.